I'm actually doing a do-it-yourself project. I started on it last week, and I am doing another version of it with something different. If you want to see that, stay tuned. I am headed into uh, Home Depot. I'm headed into Home Depot to get some more spray paint. I'm going to show you the spray paint I used on the branches that I got off of the Facebook Marketplace. And then I did not record that. I wish I did. So I'm going to actually record me doing the same thing to an artificial tree that I got off Facebook Marketplace as well. I just started using Facebook Marketplace about a month ago, and so far, oh, just dropped my purse. So far, so good. I only had one bad experience, and it really wasn't like a bad experience. It's just the item was not shown. It wasn't depicted accurately on the site. There was just I got a huge vase. The vase was originally $100, and I paid $20 for it, which is great. But there's this small hole in the back, and when I normally inspect everything when I purchase it, but for some reason, I don't know, I was just in a rush that day and I did not check it. But even with that little tiny hole, it was still a steal for the vase. I actually might spray paint that vase as well. But today I'm going to do the tree, so I'm going to take you along with me into Home Depot and show you which one I normally get. And then when I say which one, which spray paint I normally get. And then we'll spray paint it today, let it sit out for a little while, and I'll also show you the branches that I did spray paint last week, so you can kind of see the look that I'm going for. But yeah, so come on, we're going in this store. It is actually the 4th of July and it's super crowded. Well, when isn't Home Depot crowded? The car, and I was like, oh, you could use a little more lotion on your leg. But so what happened was, after I got out my shower, I knew, and in my other video you'll see, earlier today I was trying on wedding dresses, and I had some lotion, but it's scented, and I knew I would be trying on dresses. I did not want to leave like perfume smells on the dress, so I meant to grab my unscented lotion, forgot to do that. And so now I'm at Home Depot, and I just so happened to look down, and I'm like, you need a little lotion. It wasn't terrible, but I just don't want to be out here looking ashy. So ain't nobody got time for that. Now I am getting ready to get out and grab the spray paint. My mind is totally somewhere else. It's actually on food because I have not eaten today yet and I am starving. So we're going to get in here. We're going to get this spray paint, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to start the project. So now let's go into Home Depot. Okay, everybody and their auntie, cousin, uncle, whatever is in here.
Minutes later.
Okay, so now I am just going over each area, and I'm trying to distribute this spray paint as evenly as possible so that it gives a nice amount of coverage. I'm not too worried about small little areas where the old color is peeking through, because I kind of like that not so perfect look. So I'm going over each area of the tree once, and then I go back over it again. I used about a can and a half for this tree. I could have used 2 to 2.5 cans if I wanted that like perfect look for the tree, but I was okay with some of like I said, some of the old color peeking through. But all in all, it did not take that long to do, and I am very pleased with how it looks now. Hi guys, I wanted to come back on very quickly and just share some tips with you guys that might be a little helpful for you. Also, if you see some branches behind me and you're wondering, are these the ones that I bought and spray painted? You are right. Yes, I will insert a full picture of the branches so you can see how they look now. I'll also try to find a before picture so you can kind of see the transition. They were brown before I spray painted them, and I'm absolutely in love with them. And they were only $5, so that's a steal in itself. But yes, so what I normally do and what I have been doing for the past month is using Facebook Marketplace to get all of my items. So no, you do not have to buy your items brand new from the store. In fact, I suggest you try and find them used or, never used before, but the person just didn't want it anymore, because you'll find a better deal, a lot lower prices, and, all in all, it's a win-win whenever you can save money. Okay, and I also want to apologize in advance if you hear a loud bang in the background. It is the 4th of July. It is almost midnight, and yes, they are still bang, bang, banging in my neighborhood. It's actually not too bad though right now, because it's only the first night that they're doing it. Hopefully it's the only night. I know a lot of people around the country have been complaining that they've been hearing fireworks all night since May. I cannot imagine going through that, and I feel
this is a full-on fireworks fight in the middle of a street in Logan.
Oh my God!
But anyway, back to the tips. So first, Facebook Marketplace. That is where I have been finding a lot of my great items to spray paint. You need to take your time when you're searching for things, and also play around with the wording that you use. For instance, when I'm searching for a tree, I have purchased two off of Facebook Marketplace. I search fake tree, faux tree, artificial tree, silk tree, because some items will not pop up under maybe silk tree, but you might be able to find that item under artificial tree. It just depends how the seller labels it. So that way you're not missing out on items that you might not have caught had you searched different keywords. So yeah, just be versatile in how you search. Also, when you do search, filter your items so that it only pulls up pickup option, and that will allow you to pick it up locally. You do have the option to meet them in a public place. A lot of times they will have you meet them at their house outside, of course. Do not go inside. I do not need anybody getting kidnapped, okay? We want to keep it safe. But yes, wherever you go, make sure that if you are going by yourself, you let somebody else know the address, the time, the name, the phone number, any of the information that you have. Let somebody else know, just to be on the safe side. Or just bring somebody with you. I have never had an issue with anybody. I've never felt unsafe. I always meet them on the porch. I've had one instance where I've met the seller at a gas station. So, whatever works for you. But yes, so I found the tree on Facebook Marketplace. I found it for $8. Woohoo! A tree like that, if I bought it in the store, a lot of times it'll probably be around $100, a little more. It just depends on where you get it from. So that is my first tip. Try Facebook Marketplace. They have everything, and most of the sellers are pretty cool. Just make sure you inspect the item before you hand over the cash to make sure it's, it's as is, like as you want it to be, sorry. Also, whatever supplies you need, make sure you have those on hand. So if you need spray paint, what I do is I normally I'll call the store ahead, I'll call Home Depot and say, hey, do you have this in stock? Or if I don't feel like talking on the phone, I will go on their website, and they have the option I believe Lowe's has it as well, and I'm pretty sure any other store like Joann Fabrics, Michael's, things like that, have the option where you can search for whatever item you want and you can see if they have it in stock. I prefer to do that because I'm the type of person that likes to get in the store and get out. And it's even better if when you search for that item if you search for that item online, if they even tell you what aisle that's in, that's even better for me because I'm in and out. I don't walk around and try to see other stuff. For the most part, you know, when I'm in the store, I go there for what I want and then I get out. I like to be out. I don't like to stay in the store forever. But yeah, so try that, so that can eliminate the time you are spending trying to find your materials and supplies. Also, it saves you a lot of frustration because if you have to go around from store to store, that can be a bit much, especially nowadays. You don't want to waste your time doing that. Also, your supplies, as I mentioned, make sure you have something laying down on the ground to protect the ground from whatever you're painting. Like I said, I used a little shower curtain from Dollar Tree. It was $1. I just laid it down. It's a little cheap plastic curtain, and that worked fine. You might want to use old newspaper, just whatever you can find. I do not suggest doing this in the house because, for one, it's messy a little bit, it drips a little bit, but two, the fumes, there's a very strong smell from the spray paint, so it's just better to do it outside where you can just be amongst fresh air. And speaking of the fumes, I also recommend, if fumes bother you, to wear a face mask. We're in a pandemic, so I'm quite sure most of you have at least one mask lying around somewhere. Yes, grab it, wear it, and that kind of can combat the smell from the spraying. Also, gloves will be pretty helpful because the spray paint can get on your hands. I forgot to wear gloves this second time around, and I did have paint on my hands, but it came off easily. Nothing a little hot water and soap can't get off. So if you do run into an issue of having paint on your hands, it comes right off. Don't worry about it. Don't let it sit on your hands too long, but it does come right off. So yeah, those are my three little tips for you to have a successful project. And I hope that I didn't bore you too much. I hope you enjoyed the video. All right, well, I'm about to shut it on down and go to bed. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at BeautifulDestiny313. I also own a boutique. You can follow that at Label Me Gorgeous. The website is labelmegorgeous.net. And I shall talk to you guys later. Bye.